It's so crucial to understand you have to see right through a woman. When she can be out of her emotions, out of touch, and even sometimes she could show femininity, it doesn't necessarily mean she is that woman being the best she can for you. In other words, there's more to see. For instance, when she's around her girl and she's hitting her with, "Oh my goodness, he didn't call me yet. Oh my, this hurts so much." Or, do you think he found somebody by now? Did he? Could he? No. And then there's the friend, right? The one that's normally not support, cock blocker, the one that can't really support a good, healthy man because she can't even know what it is or what it could be. Especially, not to say every single woman, but especially because she is single, or let's just say maybe hasn't met a good man like you, okay? And again, this is for the good guys, because I'm not saying you're a bad guy, but I'm saying if you've been doing her dirty, using her, leading her on, because sometimes it happens that way, then you got to reevaluate. Maybe there's a reason why she's acting this way. But back to what I was saying, that friend would go ahead and say, "Girl, even if he did, you can't be replaced. You're not replaceable." My point is what's happening is she's having these dialogues, conversations with her friend, and you're outside of it. So you're not getting the glimpse of what's happening behind scenes. You're not getting an insight of, "Oh wow, does she feel this way? Dang, she actually been thinking about me, talking about me." Yes, I always tell fellas during consultations, just because you're not getting results or seeing anything does not mean that that's actually the case right now. It doesn't have to be presented. The only thing that ever needs to be presented on like external physical sense would just be simply actions towards giving you reassurance, knowing that for sure she's about you. Other than that, you shouldn't be concerned about, okay, do I have to wait while you're in a, let's say, in a waiting period. The other way you could look at it is like, think of it as if there's a lot happening before the big, let's say, the big event, right? So there's preparation, there's realization, there's this needs to happen this way, right? More of like setting it up, looking it through, reevaluating, etc. So it's really the same rules apply, or the same scenarios, the same situations apply before a female decides to fully show those actions. So all I'm saying is that you have a lot less to have concern about. Don't be so concerned as the clock is ticking, days are going on, and even if it's months, oh, how could I change it? Now, I do have to throw in is if, like, obviously she has been in a full-blown relationship or has started a family or something along those lines, even if, like, maybe she did move, like, to another country, is far away from you, some of those things can slightly change things if, like, she's devoted to whatever that is now and devoted to making that work, and in a sense it doesn't necessarily need to work with you, or it just won't work with you at all, right? Especially if she's about her family or about a new relationship, etc. With that being said, it's still a lot of things that are happening behind scenes where you're not fully aware of how much there is interest going on towards you, and it's very crucial that you don't jeopardize it by, let's say, coming in and resolving it, or coming in and feeling like, oh, you have an aspect of you that you need to apply. Again, this is the crucial aspect of knowing if there is or if there isn't. If there isn't, nothing that you need to do, as in you don't have to update her with nothing. You didn't leave her on red for no reason, or you didn't just ghost her out of nowhere, like, then you're in the clears. Now, if you're going through a situation and you want better insight on what to do, what's happening, obviously with your situation, it's not going to necessarily be exactly like somebody else's. So when you tell me your circumstances, what's really happening, it's so much easier for me to tell you exactly what it is. Aside from sometimes I help y'all through the comments. I be in the comments, so you could still comment your story. I try to help, but I love to see y'all help out each other. As far as consultation goes, though, you do definitely get that insight, and you do get other ways to how to figure it out with her, to follow these strategic ways and plans to execute to go ahead and get the results that you're desiring and aiming for that. So once more, if you want to book, click the link down below. There's different options for you. And don't forget about other products that I do have on my site that can definitely help you out or get more insight as well. And per usual, if you want to join on Patreon as a free member, get exclusive content and explicit content you will not get on here, you definitely can. Remember, it will only be on there or Patreon. Yes, memberships. However, there is YouTube membership. So if you're not on Patreon, choose YouTube membership. But Patreon, you can join for free. So it's all up to you to get more perks that you wouldn't normally get. All right, now back to what I was saying. Now, let's just say if you're dealing with her, right, and you're trying to figure out, okay, do I need to see this happening by this period of time, or do I have to understand her better? I would just slightly say at that given moment, view it as like, okay, is there a lack that is really showing? Then that could be more of an indicator that she's not ready. So look at it in stages, right? Like sometimes women do things out of spite, do things out of like, feeling away, anger, whatever the case may be. And it's all in a form of trying to, in a sense, get you triggered for you to feel away. Now, because women go through roller coaster emotions, all sorts of stuff along those lines, then that would just tell you what's happening is maybe she's just not ready, right? So I'm saying if there is things happening, conversations happening about you behind closed doors, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a friend. It could be just internal dialogues, right? Internal conversations that are back and forth, trying to understand what it is, what to do. But it's all emotional battle as well. So I say that to say, if she's now going through this, how you want to view it is she not ready yet? Because that could be the case. And once more, when you're trying to make things work, or let's say you feel like, oh, at this given time it's a good time to go ahead and make it work, you have to understand, does it actually make it work? Is there a high chance that it can, or is this again too risky? Is this going to jeopardize it all? And if it is, that's an indicator. Don't do it yet. Some of y'all just end up going to make decisions. Let's even say just going to like the breaking the no contact, breaking the communication, let me say, with not even like full reasons to. It's like you just can't help yourself. And that's why I still have my no contact guide and journal on sale, because I know I've helped out so many people. And I put stories in there that helped out other people too, real life stories. And so that's just how you need to understand that it could work just for you, maybe in similar ways or even in the same way. But it is like an actual guide and journal, just meaning that it's going to help you actually discover yourself, what to do, learn what you love, check in, mood checkers, all sorts of stuff of being attentive to what you're doing. And I put one of the favorite things that I've done is put in prompts that I would give to somebody if I was walking them through no contact, supporting them and holding them accountable, which I've done plenty of times with people. So those prompts is how I would speak to you to make sure that you're still continuing your no contact. Just letting you know, you could use it for anything, right? It doesn't have to just be particularly no contact. It could be ignoring in other situations, or simply getting to know yourself and healing. Even for a breakup, you could use this. With that being said, make sure that when you're dealing with your situation, you really know that don't do it too soon. Go by that rule. Don't rush it, of course. Let her show you that, okay, you know what, I'm ready. I'm going to show him. The breaking point does need to come in. Don't be fixed on, oh, how much roller coaster effects is she coming? The details of like, is she watching my story? Is she not? Like, yeah, you can recognize it and it could tell you things, but obviously the final result and the result that you're more likely looking forward to is the actual reaching out, the actual showing real intentions. But when you just don't give a dang, you're not there to make it work or force it, that's where you're going to end up winning the most. Because if she gets that indication, and as I said, you're not doing it from a place of being arrogant, that sorts of stuff, you're actually doing it from a place of it makes sense because of how she's like, then you're going to win, right? And yeah, I would keep explaining, but we're really at the end of the video. I'll bring more videos like this for sure. Of course, don't forget to drop your comments down below of what you want to see. Per usual, check out those links. Take care of yourselves, and I love y'all. Bye, y'all.